Hello Pisces, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Pisces for the middle of January. Now Pisces, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Pisces, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone they are impersonating me and they're trying to scam you, please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if you want to get to know me more, you can give me a follow there. But let's see what we have here for you, Pisces. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread here for this middle of the month reading, if you were curious as to what the spread is called. But if you watch my content regularly and you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time you are watching me. All right, so let me make sure everything is in view here and then we'll get right into it. All right. Looks good enough to me. Take 3 cards here to clarify as we go along. Energy on the bottom, you have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is a powerful energy here. In fact, for me, if I were to pick a card in the tarot that signifies a spiritual awakening, it would probably be the Judgment card rather. And the reason being is this is a sort of spiritual revelation. It's number 20 out of, it's the second to last card of the major arcana. And so it says there's like one thing in your way to attaining enlightenment or achieving enlightenment in your life. And when you go into those periods of your life, they can be extremely spiritual. And so it tells you to take a hard look at yourself, to do a period of self-evaluation, go into a period of self-evaluation and ask what it is you need to get to enlightenment, what it is you need to get over the hump and get to the world, which is the last card, and to complete the cycle of the major arcana. So, you know, it can also bring about karma for yourself here. And that doesn't have to be bad, okay? It just talks about the choices that you are making or that you have made are sort of rendering out in real time. And so it's an extremely powerful card, especially if you're somebody who's like maybe going through a spiritual awakening, or you're bringing in spiritual practices or something like that along those lines, especially as you have this High Priestess here in the future, which is your energy for me. And we'll get into that more as we go along. But you also, you have like a lot of stuff going on here. So let's just go ahead and start right away here in the middle. In your current situation, you have the Knight of Cups. So this is potentially like somebody who's wearing their heart on their sleeve. You may be doing that right now, especially in a relationship or just in your life. You may be wearing your heart on your sleeve, like in the workplace, with your family or whatever, and just being the truest version of yourself at this time. And you know what? The people who don't like that will naturally fall away with this Knight of Cups. Now, on the other end of this talks about potentially a romantic partner charging forward, because Knights can also talk about events in your life. And this is, you know, of the Cups suit. So that's like a romantic or an emotional event here coming in here for you. Something of an emotional nature, not like it's a positive romantic or emotional event here coming in. And so, yeah, you could also be looking at something relating to creativity right now as well with that Knight. You do have 2 Knights now that I'm looking at this, so I feel like this is a busy time for you, Pisces. Now, in the challenge position, you have the 4 of Pentacles. So your challenge here is being reserved, timid, and shy, maybe, potentially, or just being reserved about something. Like the 4 of Pentacles person here is not really going for it. Okay, they're not going for it. There's an event charging, but you may be even love shy. Okay, you may be timid in love right now with this 4 of Pentacles coming forward. You can see this person's holding on to their pentacles a little bit too tightly. They feel like there will never be more opportunities or there will never be enough, and so they don't want to lose what they have. But Pisces, that couldn't be farther from the truth. There are always opportunities available for you. And so do keep that in mind. You know, there's nothing to lose here and everything to gain is what I'm feeling, okay? Now, obviously, situations, you know, it can be different where there is something to lose. But in this case, I feel like you have everything to gain here, Pisces. And especially with the influence of the Judgment card, where whatever hump you're getting over here with this energy of resistance, of maybe being timid, is really going to propel you forward spiritually, is what I'm feeling here. Now, in the past, you have the Emperor card. Okay, so this is an Aries energy, but really, let's not get hung up on the sign. Really, what this talks about is leadership. Okay, this is a card of leadership and also a major success in business and career. It's a very good omen for those two things in your life. And so I love to see the Emperor's energy. It can be talking about maybe being strict or stern, maybe somebody in your, this is the father archetype, so it could be your father, maybe is old school, or it could just be that you are being strict and rigid right now around something, especially with this Four of Pentacles showing up here. So I do wonder if maybe some of you are looking at that. You know, you're Pisces, you're supposed to be fluid like the water, right? You're supposed to like glide. And I feel like right now it's important that you glide, Pisces. Now in the future here, you have the High Priestess. So this, for me, can either be associated with the moon or a Pisces, just like the moon can either be associated with the moon or a Pisces or a Cancer. So your energy here, I felt like this was you right away in the future. So you're in a strong position here with this card showing up, okay? And the High Priestess can talk about intuition. It can talk about hidden knowledge coming to the surface, something coming out of the water here, you gliding, right? That's what I feel like is going on. But it's the most intuitive card in the tarot. It also talks about secrets, hidden knowledge, a way shower, but the High Priestess can also be someone who's extremely desirable, especially in relationships or in love situations, but they can be desirable in the workplace as well, or anything like that. But it's hard to get with the High Priestess because, you know, everybody wants to get with the High Priestess, and that's the energy that they carry here. And so, you know, it's like you're like guarded here. You're guarded here with this Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, but you're also, but on the outside, people view you as someone who's extremely desirable. And that's kind of what I'm getting. Now, in your conscious awareness, what is on your thoughts or on your mind here, you have the Sun. This is the best card in the tarot. So Pisces, I feel like there are big things arriving for you. The Sun talks about joy, abundance. It's the happiest card to pull in the tarot, and it really shines a light on anything. I've also recently learned that the Sun is considered to be a truth card, okay? And the reason being is the Sun shines its beam, its sun ray on whatever is wrong, whatever is untruthful, whatever is hidden. And so this combination here that we're seeing with the High Priestess and the Sun, potentially there's something here, there's like a secret coming out, or there's something like this is going to be ultimately good for you, ultimately very good, but there's something that you may not be seeing, or something like that that's about to change for sure. So in the unconscious awareness, or in your subconscious, what you can't see, the hidden, so maybe this is a clue here, you have the Knight of Swords. So when I look at this energy, what I'm feeling here, you know, this is potentially impulsivity, but the Knight of Swords really talks about your need to take action on something, to spring into action, to seize the day, to seize the opportunity. And, you know, it can be somebody who's extremely good at communicating. It can be somebody who's a quick thinker, somebody who's quick on their feet. It's not a bad card. It does warn you to not be impulsive, and to make sure that you are thinking something through before you act. But also, it's a weird dichotomy, the Knight of Swords, that it plays, where it's like you need to act, but you also need to not be impulsive, right? And so it's that sort of blend that I feel like is maybe what's coming forward for you. This could also be a person coming forward as well. But let's go ahead and continue forward here. Now, in your current, in the direction that you're headed, in the staff, in your current influence, you have the Empress. So this is interesting because we now have the mother-father archetype here going on. Now, if this is not parental in any way, these two cards could represent a power couple of some type being formed. But the Empress, you know, is the most abundant card in the tarot. It's fertility and prosperity. It's like also nurturing yourself and nurturing a part of your path, like a mother would nurture her children, or their children rather. And that's kind of like the way that you can look at the Empress. But it's a big harvest, and it's also resourcefulness in your life. So it's quite literally like the opposite of the Four of Pentacles, where that person's sort of in restriction mode, or like lack thinking and poverty thinking, and the Empress is like, no, you have everything you need, Pisces. Like, everything's there. You are resourceful. And in your external influence, you have the Moon. So the Moon can also be your energy. Like I said, could be the literal Moon, could be Pisces, could be Cancer. But the Moon, again, highlights that there's maybe something that's not as it appears, okay, at this time. It could be this air sign, or it could be a person here with the Knight of Swords. I don't want to stress you out or anything, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it ultimately doesn't matter, because it's coming forward, okay? The truth is coming out. It's undeniable here. Now, the Moon can also just talk about your intuition as well. Could talk about highly emotionally charged situations. And really, I'm feeling like maybe even fear, subconscious fears. You may be getting crazy dreams with the High Priestess and the Moon recently, especially with the Other Cups card. Yeah, some of you could be getting dreams like that. But this Moon card here, I feel like if anything is hidden, which it looks like there is something, that's about to change, okay? The sun's gonna blast that open, is what I feel like saying here. Now, in the hopes and fears, you have the Lovers. You know what it is? Maybe you're not the one who's, maybe you are not the one who is timid. Maybe the person that you are interested in is timid and reserved, and maybe they're not moving forward here. This is a Gemini, also the Lovers, but it talks about like love generally, or an important choice to make in life or in love. So, there's something, maybe you have feelings or something, like for someone, or you're like wondering if someone has feelings for you, or there's something here that's about to be unmasked. Yeah, there's a big choice though, and I get the sense that you're going back and forth around what to do about this situation. I'll be interested to see what cards come in to clarify. You also here in the outcome have the Nine of Pentacles, which is very good. This is independence. Now, in a relationship situation, it may be indicating that you're single, or you're going to be single, but I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say here, because I like to read the Nine of Pentacles as somebody who's just independent. You can be in a relationship and also be an independent person. And so the Nine of Pentacles is talking about this harvest here that this person has planted, that's now growing and providing for them and sustaining them. So it's like everything that you could want or that you could need in life is available to you, and it's because you've worked hard to get there. For me, it's a big card of abundance, because who doesn't want to be financially independent, right? Who doesn't want to have to rely on other people? And it could also say that like maybe you need to enjoy yourself a little bit, like enjoy the luxuries of life. And this does not mean to go spend lavishly, but it's like you are holding on here very tightly. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what else we have to clarify. So you have the Five of Swords. Could be a loss, could be a defeat. Five of Swords can indicate somebody who is like trying to win at all costs in your life. The thing is though, and this has been a theme, I have to tell you this, because it's been coming in for the collective here in this middle of January, and I've literally never had this message before in my time reading tarot other than now, and that is struggle builds a strong person, is what keeps coming in here for you. And you see this person's down, they're waving their flag, but they're not out. See the sun rays coming out of them here. On the other end of this loss or this defeat, they will be much stronger, okay? They will be, what is the word, swole, that people use. All right, you're going to be swole with power, with strength as you come out of this situation here, Pisces. You have Eight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, your energy coming in once again here with this Queen of Cups card. This could also be a trusted friend or ally. You could be walking away from them at this time. Okay, there could be a change, there could be a separation between you and this person here. Or you could just be walking away from something else. Okay, it doesn't have to be a friend. This whole thing could be around a friend if it's not around a relationship. Like if your relationship is going great, what's becoming unearthed could be like, I don't know, a marriage proposal or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? But you know, if your relationship is going great, then I don't think anything negative is coming in, obviously. But for some of you, you could be walking away from somebody that you maybe trusted or something like that going on here. But the Eight of Cups for me is a card of empowerment because they're letting go of the broken, spilled, empty cups of the past, and they're walking towards the Nine of Cups, which is the fulfillment of a wish and like a dream life. And so it's always a good sign for me. But let's go ahead and see what else we get here. Let's pull some oracle cards to see. Oh, we're going to take that one. We're going to take that one. Is there one more? Yes, there is. All right, let's see here. So this card really wanted to come forward. You're ready. You know, this situation could have been brewing, could have been mounting for some time now. And here it is. It's finally arriving. Now, you also here have forgiveness. Okay. Communicate clearly, and within the next few months. So I definitely feel like the shifts that are happening now are going to be big themes for you in like the first quarter, like quarter one of 2022, like between now and the end of March into April type of deal. Like whatever's going on now is going to be important for you in this first part of the year. And it doesn't mean, you know, yeah, just take that as it is. But there's something here maybe around this communication where someone's not communicating here with the Four of Pentacles, and that's about to change. Okay, that's about to change. So let's see what else we get. Let's pull some additional cards here. Let's pull, let's do some Kipper cards here and see what the Kipper has to say. All right. So you have mature man, change, courtship, gift, expectation, and official person. Oh, you do have marriage on the bottom. So yeah, it's almost like maybe some of you have been waiting for that for like a very, very long time. Could be good for that, especially as you have courtship here. Someone trying really hard. You can see the Cupid in the background of the courtship card. Yeah, it could mean that someone's coming forward. Yeah, especially as if you get official person here. I think that's the message for you if your relationship is going well. In fact, I don't even know. It's just like this reading's interesting because it's not like we don't have the Three of Swords. We don't have like the Ten of Swords. We do with the Five of Swords, but again, it's almost like there's a lack of communication, and it's leaving your mind ripe to tell stories right now. And you may be telling yourself stories because there's a lack of competition, or oh my gosh, a lack of communication. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling here for many of you. So there could also be like a gift. Yes, this might be like a ring or something like that coming forward for some of you, or something like that going on here. And this is big. This is a big shift. Whatever's going on, I actually think it's pretty good. I just think right now there's like something that needs to be unearthed. There's something that needs to come to light. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.